All right, guys, listen up, please. It all comes down to this today. You've got to win and win well, or Europe is over. And I don't need to tell you how the Queen's going to feel about that. So, yes, Celino, I know you're unhappy with your playing time and you'll be starting, so don't stuff this up. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South, Season 10, Episode 9 today. And as far as a mid-season episode goes, they don't come any bigger than this. We have got a must-win game against Real Sociedad, the final group game in the Champions League. And then we're going to have ourselves a cup final against Celtic as well, as we look to go back-to-back in the BetFred Cup. Now, the news since last episode is Celino. He wanted to start more games. Now, we know that he's not had the greatest start to the season in terms of form. And, well, I tried to tell him that, and he basically got pissed off at me. So he's unhappy right now, as you can see there. He wants to start more games. We're going to let him start more games. But, of course, the concern is that he just gets a bit of a sulk on. So there's his recent form. It's not great. He does have 5 goals to his name. So maybe I've been a little bit harsh by not playing him, but some of these recent match ratings have just not been good enough, and he's not scored a lot recently. He got a hat-trick we can see there against Ross County in the league, which means he scored 2 other goals all season, and we're now, early December. So he's not had a great season. I take it back. He 100% deserved not to be playing, but let's hope that we've woken him up and he will indeed come good for us. Now, not too much else to catch you up on, which is good. Just some games. We've got 2 of them. One of them is away to Aberdeen. Both of these games are in the league, I should say. So let's see how we did against the Dons. The only goal came late when Johnny Angus finished a good team move. So we made really hard work of this game. You can see from the XG tracker that we were always the better side, but we didn't create that much, and it was only we actually went away from wingers. Bruno is just not playing well. So we went away from wingers. We went back to the 2 up top with Mazzellas. Diaz came on the bench, and we looked a little bit better then. That's when we got the goal. And yeah, the important thing is away from home, we got the 3 points, and that's what we're in the business of doing. Second game is again in the league, as I say, this time at home against St Johnstone. Bayless opened the scoring early in style. And it was 2-0 inside 10 minutes when Emma Russo crossed for Turpey, before Bobba Radu made it 3-0 at half-time. Turpey's cross was turned in by a defender for our 4th, before Bermudez played in Diaz to complete the scoring. So we smashed them. A really good performance by everybody involved. Good to see Diaz getting his name on the score sheet. Turpey, as a young winger that's come through the academy, got a goal and essentially an assist on the own goal. Yeah, we played really well, and it was more or less a second-string side as well. Obviously, we were resting our stronger players for this game coming up against Real Sociedad. So really happy with the win. There is 2 games in between this one and the final, so I'll play through Wraith and Hearts away, and we'll show you the highlights of those as well. But the league table is looking good. We've got a 3-point gap now over Celtic. They had a draw with somebody. Who did they draw? Motherwell. So that gives us a little bit of a gap over them. 8 points clear of Rangers. But our force, right now our focus is very much right here. We need to win. Now it's going to be down to head-to-head. They won 1-0 in Spain, so we need to outdo that. Now there's no away goals, so we need to win by 2 clear goals to be ahead of them. But even if we win by 1, I'm assuming it will then come down to, I don't know if it comes down to goal score. We should probably check this, shouldn't we? So this is about as clear as mud to me. So league sorting rules, results between teams with little asterisks. So team records against other teams on the same points will be sorted by the rules in the following order. Goal difference, goals scored, which is what that is anyway, isn't it? So I don't know if that means we go by in the group or against each other. We'll just try and win. We'll just try and win by as many goals as we can and then hope for the best. So let's go and have a look at what we're doing here. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And this is the team that we're sending out. You may have seen there, they were third in the group. They're 4th in La Liga. So that's where they stand. We're going to go with the double Mazzella formation. So it's Bursic in goal. It's Hansen, Toro, Bucchiano, who needs a big game for us here. We paid 40 million to get these sorts of performances in these games from him. Ayrton will be the right back. It's Arvik playing on the left as a right side Mazzella. We'll see how he gets on there with Mashagi and Alvarez. Santos in behind Johnny Angus and Celino. Celino, as I said at the top, he is unhappy. His recent form has been terrible, so let's hope he picks things up a little bit. I mean, in general, our recent form has not been great, but big players need to perform in big games, and this, as far as our season goes, is just about as big as it comes. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Yeah, a couple of names that look familiar, but you'll see at Newcastle. Was that the guy that was at Newcastle for a bit? Anyway, in real life I'm talking about there. I'm going to go with that. Impress me. Oh, I don't like putting pressure on them, but let's go with that. Let's point our finger. Make me proud, boys. Just make me proud. That's all you can really ask for, isn't it? Alright, and here we go. Hopefully not our last game in Europe. It is our last game in the Champions League, obviously. It has been a very tough group, but I do think we've maybe underperformed a little bit as well. We got a point off Chelsea at home, but of course we lost to Juventus. And, well, now we need this. There's no excuses there. We just need to win a home game. And if we do that, yeah, like I say, I'm not completely sure what the for and against things mean, but if we win by 2 goals, then that should be job done. Alright, the nerves are building. Of course, if we are able to get through and parachute, Thomas Boll could then come. We could register him in the squad because Leshy would have left, but I've just unregistered him even if he hadn't left. So there is potentially a stronger team to come. Of course, we'll have our Romanian. Now he's got his work permit. He'll be able to come back in. And we've got our first highlight. And unfortunately for us, it starts with possession. Oh, Alvarez has nicked it off the defender. Can he go and score a goal now? Alvarez! Oh! He did all the hard work and then just couldn't find the far corner. Alright, I wonder, having seen that, if we go and put a little bit more pressure on them, perhaps. We're expecting them to be more of a Catenaccio team. Mashagi's done well, aggressive defending to win the ball back. Alvarez again. Alvarez has got himself into a little bit of space there. He goes back to Hansen, into Santos. Arvik's making a run forward. He's got a bit of space too. The defence doesn't seem to be able to cope with our movement just now. Can we put the ball in the back of the net though? Hansen does well again. Alvarez. All the way back we go to Toro. That's fine. Move them around. Keep possession. Just don't do anything stupid. Mashagi gets it wide. Oh, Arvik was again making a good run. Ayrton, though, has got himself into a good area. Arvik. Back to Ayrton. To Arvik again. Back to Ayrton. Back to Arvik. Is Ayrton free? There's the cross. It's at the back post of Alvarez. And Alvarez not known for his heading. And that goes over the top. It's positive in that we appear to be the better side. It's not positive in that it is still scoreless. If it finishes 1-0, I think what might happen then is that maybe then that's when we'll go through on goal difference, because we'll have a better goal difference than them over the course of the group. It'll be 2 1-0 wins. Yeah, I don't understand what the... Oh, Bucchiano, what have you done, mate? What have you done? And it's a goal. And Bucchiano, £40 million. And a poor pass, and then he's tackled into his own net. We would have been better off without him. He's scored 2 own goals in this group now, and an assist. Actually, he's actually assisted his own goal there. And that is some high-class attacking, but he's a defender. Oh, what a waste of money. Demand more. Come on, boys. Do we look to switch to wingers for the second half here, perhaps? I can't believe what Bucchiano is doing to us. His match rating's down to a 6 because of that. Hansen. We don't need to panic. We've looked at the better side. We look like we have goals in us here. Oh, there's a good ball for Alvarez. Can Alvarez stick it away the second time of asking? Oh, he can't. What have we got to do to score and win a game in this season's Champions League? It should be. It could easily be 2-3-0. And instead, we are 1-0 down. All right, I think what we need to say here is don't panic. Don't panic, guys. You've been unlucky so far. Bucchiano, mate, come on. Just come on. You've got to do better. I mean, do we take Alvarez off? He's had 2 chances and scuffed them both. Johnny Angus is not playing particularly well. All right, let's try. We'll try and pass the ball into space and just maybe try and get ourselves going forward a little bit quicker. And we've got a highlight. Can we go and nick this ball back? The problem, of course, playing a team that is playing sort of a Catenaccio style is that once you go behind, you've just given them something to hang on to. And if we go a second goal down, we are in serious trouble because then goals scored starts to become an issue. Come on, boys. Come on. All right, not working. It's not working. Not that it's going particularly badly, but it's not working how I want it to. All right, let me think what we need to do here. All right, so we're going to go to wingers. Biggest game of the season, and our £40 million defender has been subbed off for the club captain, Walker. The other change, Bruno's coming on for Johnny Angus, who's not having a particularly happy time of things. Everything else there, let's get the ball wide. Let's get it going at a higher tempo. Let's not run at the defence, I don't think. I think if we had Bowl playing on that right-hand side, that'd be different. But, yeah, I'm not sure that's what we want to do with Bruno out there, who's very much... The reason I didn't play like this to start with is that we're kind of just forcing somebody out wide there when it's not really the players that we have for that. We do kind of need Thomas Bowl to play out there. But here we go, Hansen getting forward. Can he get a cross in? It's a good one. Oh, and it's tucked away. And it's Peter Albic, a 4th of the season. It's tied at 1. And that was quick, wasn't it? A tactical, innovative genius I am. And it is 1-1 about 2 minutes after we changed up the way we're playing. So maybe I should have just been trying to shoehorn a player out wide right there. Good ball in from Hansen, wasn't it? Arvik at the near post. And we've drawn level. Now, can we go on with this? Let's give him some encouragement. Goal kick. And we win it. And we go from the back. Toro to Hansen. For Santos. Back to Hansen. It's okay. I don't mind it being patient. Santos. Nice little knockdown there for Hansen. Peter Alvik. Now, oh, Hansen's done well. But again, here they come. Alvarez, can he get back? Can he stop the cross coming in? I've noticed Hansen's on a booking, and I wonder if we want to take him off for Muros, even though he is playing well. What we don't want, of course, is to go down to 10 men, but we need to find a goal here before we worry about anything else. Let's encourage them. I don't like the nervous players. Can we get the goal from the corner? Santos, ball in. Toro can't quite win it. Alvarez is there. Knocks it down for Mashagi. Wide for Santos. We'll get another go at this. Santos. Mashagi to Alvarez. Alvarez, I mean, he could have put the game beyond doubt in that first half, couldn't he? Here we go with Hansen. To Peter Arvik. He's in again. Peter Arvik pulls it back. It's there for Santos. It's still there. How has it not gone in? Give it to Santos. Penalty, ref. He has given a penalty. VAR's going to check it, but surely Arvik twisting and turning has won us a penalty here. Now, who takes it? Who's going to take this? It's usually Johnny Angus or Bermudez. Is it Celino? It is Santos. Oh, come on, Santos. Come on, Santos. He stuck it away, and we're in front 2-1. All right, that... oh, I'm going to choke up with emotion now. That is, I think... good enough to get us through, because we would have the same goal difference between us. We would have scored the same amount of goals. Away goals don't matter in the head-to-head, the way I understand it, which means it'll come back to the group. No, we're not. Hang on, no, it hasn't updated yet. Why? Okay, so let's not panic. It just hasn't updated yet. But this should be enough, because we'll have the better goal difference over the course of the group. At least that's what I'm hoping. Santos picks that up. He's got Celino with him. Celino, heavy touch, but falls back for Santos. This will wrap it up, and there is Guillermo Santos. I can't say his first name. It's 3-1, and that'll win it for us. We're 2 goals ahead. It's fine. This is absolutely fine. We should have been playing with wingers from the start. Yeah, Bruno, he was just so disappointing. We've got a little bit of luck there, haven't we? It's one of the tackle-through balls by the defence. But we saw they got their goal from pretty much the same thing in the end, although we actually scored it for them. Let's keep praising. Even if they were to score now, I think it's still enough for us. And can we go and get another one? Have we dodged a European bullet here? Are we packing our parachutes? Or are we packing our bags? Walker! Oh, good tackle. Good tackle. Alvarez gets forward in some space. Can he whip a good cross in? It is towards Celino. It's over the top of Celino. It's cleared away. But we still have possession. Good ball again. Hansen for Arvik. Peter Arvik. Good first touch. Peter Arvik tucks it away. And if there was any doubt, that's gone now. It's 4-1. We've absolutely ripped the Spanish side to pieces. And all it took was a little bit of width. And I knew that. They're playing Catenaccio. I knew we needed width. I'm just a bit of a slow person sometimes in realizing that. My logic was that I didn't want to just shoehorn someone on the right-hand side, but when you got someone as good as Peter Arvik on the left, it doesn't matter. You've just got to have a body out wide right, don't you? And there it is. It's going to be comprehensive in the end. 4-1. Having been 1-0 down as well at half-time. That is absolutely epic. It was never in doubt. We just wanted to make it exciting for you. Well done, lads. That's a good win. Bucchiano, I mean, I just don't know what to do with you, mate. You weren't at your best and you deserve to come off. That's understating it, I'm going to say. So there we go. Queen of the South turned dominance into victory. KG press conference. We don't care about that. We have secured our place in the Europa League first knockout round. A little bit of money to go with that as well. And, well, Santos, I mean, the pressure on that penalty, absolutely magnificent. And, well, Toro praises my team talk. I think it was my tactical change, Jesus, if I'm honest, but that's okay. So confirmation, there it is. We have been third in the group. We are going to be parachuting down in the end. And given the group, not the worst. Not the worst, that's for sure. So wait right there. We've got a cup final. Here we go over here against Celtic in the BetFred. So I'll see you for that one. Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to what's happening between the two games here, we have the draw for the Europa League, the first knockout round. So let's go and have a look and see who is available to play. So we have Ajax, Besiktas, Famalicão, is it? I'm not quite sure how you say that, Portuguese side. AC Milan, Porto, and if we go down, Red Bull Salzburg, Sporting Lisbon, Tottenham. There's some big teams in this, isn't there? Club Athletic Bilbao, Botov, Plovdiv, the Bulgarian side, Galatasaray, PSG, Jesus Christ, ourselves, Rennes, Stuttgart, and Wolfsburg. No doubt, Paris meant they must have got third in their group. So anyway, let's hope we get the Bulgarians or maybe one of the Turkish sides who seem to be a little bit weaker. Paris Saint-Germain, first team out. They get Red Bull Salzburg. How's your luck, Red Bull? Here we go. We're second team out. We do get the Bulgarians. So that should... And I do stress should, but that should be no real problem for us. We'll see the rest of the draw here. Hopefully, all the big teams draw each other. Milan, if you want to draw a big one, that'd be nice. Galatasaray doesn't really count. Sporting, I think we could probably take them anyway, but they get Stuttgart. That's not a bad one for us. And so it will be Wolfsburg against Bilbao. And again, that's two bigger teams that have got each other. I can't believe Paris Saint-Germain are in the Europa League. Like, what has happened there? Anyway, so there we go. That's who we'll be facing up next. And like I say, I would be annoyed if we got knocked out by a Bulgarian side. All right, so we're getting ready for this final, and it's not good news on the injury front. We have lost two big players in terms of the squad. Our right back, Amaruso, is gone 2 to 4 weeks. And of course, we know that in December, January, that these injuries are almost worth double. And we've also lost Johnny Angus. Now, he's not been in great form recently, but he is one of our better players, one of our more effective players, and we've lost him for basically up until the winter break at this point, because he's out for 3 to 7 days, so he misses this one, and he will possibly miss the next couple of league games as well. And the other injury that we didn't know about yet, Damien Allmark, the youngster that came through our academy, he's picked up another injury. It's just been the story of his career, unfortunately. He just keeps getting injured, he's not developing, and it's a shame because he's so close. He's actually quite quick, and he's dribbling. If he could have improved at the same rate that Turpey did, if he had sort of a 13, 12 dribbling, he would have been a useful player. But I think we're gonna have to call a career on him at our club, I think. So Damien, if you want another regen, just let me know, mate, and we'll pick you up with a new guy. So we've got 2 games to catch you up on since that European glory. The first one in the league was against the newly promoted Wraith Rovers. So let's see what we did to them. Diaz picked out Bowles' run to put us in front. And Bermudez made it 2-0 at half-time before Wraith Rovers ensured a nervy end to the game. So this game really shouldn't have been close, if I'm honest, but it was. They were down to 10 men when they got their goal as well, which is obviously annoying. Not sure what happened on the defensive side of things for their goal, but it was good to see Bermudez. I think he'd missed his last 2 penalties, so it's good to see him get himself back going in the right way from the spot. And yeah, just generally speaking, it was a good win. It wasn't a classic win, that's for sure. Not one that'll live long in the memory. The other game to catch you up on was against Hearts, who are, I think they're up in 4th in the league, still on the coattails of Rangers for 3rd. So let's see how that game went. Diaz was in the right place at the right time to put us ahead. But Hearts were level at half-time. Bermudez played in Celino to restore our lead early in the second half. And Bucchiano made it 3-1 before Hearts got a second. So this was a really, really tough game. You can see, I mean, match stats to a point, but also the XG tracker, they do show you that we were the better team. Of course, their penalty inflates the XG a bit for them, but it wasn't an easy game, really. And again, another one that I was quite happy to get out of with a win, even though it possibly could have been a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, we'll take it and run. So a quick update of the league table after those 2 games. We are still 3 points ahead of Celtic. We've still got that, 8-point gap to Rangers. And you can see Hearts up there. They're a decent side. I suspect they may well stay in 4th. But the team to watch, certainly in terms of maybe for next season more than this season, but Ross County, since their new manager has come in, they have really had an uptake in form. Yes, they lost 3-0 to Hibs away, but 5-0 over Wraith. They've beat St Mirren, they've beaten Rangers, and they've beaten St Johnstone. So they are definitely on, or looking to be anyway, on the way back. So that's all that done. Let's go and play a cup final, though. I'm not suited and booted for no reason. And this is it. We're expecting their sort of the usual, more defensively minded 4-3-3. And the team we're sending out is as follows. It's Bursik in goal, Hansen, Toro, Bucchiano, and Ayrton as the back 4. It's Mashagi and Alvarez in midfield. It is Bol, Santos, and Arvik as the sort of middle 3 in behind Celino. The bench is Perez, Walker, Muras, Irving, Bruno, Bermudez, and Diaz. And let's hope that is a team good enough to win the BetFred. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It is Eastham is a new name on me. I think I don't recognise that one from the first, from earlier this season. Ellie Spence is their main man in front of goal. Someone who I should have signed in hindsight, given that he's Scottish. But anyway, you live and learn on these ones. Celino looking unsure. Excellent. That's just what you want your striker to be looking before the game. Let's show everyone what we're capable of. Stay there for the supporters. All right, let's go out there and do it for the supporters. We'll point our finger, say we have faith in them. Celino, thank you. All right, and here we go. They are playing as expected, so that's obviously good. That means that we've prepared in the right way, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, Hampden Park, look at that recent form. That's more like it, isn't it? Yeah, so hopefully we'll do okay. Hopefully Bucchiano decides to turn up. I mean, I'm always willing to give a player a season, you know, just to adapt and adjust, and especially if they're coming from overseas, or a foreign country. Technically it's overseas, isn't it? Italy, or over channel, as the case may be. So yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give him a season, but you know, when you pay 40 million for what is supposed to be a world-class player, or potentially a world-class player, and that was the scout's wording, not mine, then you do expect a little bit more, I think. We might have a bit of a trouble holding on to Hansen. Of course, January window is upcoming. He has a release fee that he wanted in the contract of 18 point something million. You can see his actual value is pushing up and even possibly above that. Monaco is one club that is interested. So it might be a case of, yeah, we might struggle to hang on to him. And he doesn't want to negotiate a contract to try and remove that. Because obviously he knows there's interest elsewhere, and it's one of those. I mean, he wouldn't have joined us without that being in the contract. So you know, we've got him because of that. We can't really complain that he doesn't want to get rid of it. I mean, we can complain, but you know what I mean. The reason he's here is because that was in his contract, and we triggered it. Well, let's not forget, we triggered a release fee to get him. So there's always a bigger fish, as they say. Not the greatest half, a very typical cup final half, wasn't it? We were the better team, according to the stats, marginally. Let's relax, play with the freedom and confidence in ourselves. We'll fist pump, go out there and prove you have what it takes to make the difference. And hopefully we actually see a highlight. And they've taken Ali Spence off, which is maybe surprising. Was he injured? I don't think he was. I didn't. Anyway, it's not my problem. It's theirs. Let's give them another encourage. We're looking motivated, so that's good. If we could just create something worthwhile. Anybody? Alright, Alvarez is not doing much. We know Irving has the ability to pick a pass, so let's get him on the field. There's no point having a nervous striker up top, so let's get Celino off for Diaz. And we've got a highlight. Bowl has not quite been able to win that back for us. And are we going to find ourselves on the back of an attacking highlight here? It looks like we are. Is that offside? It doesn't matter. He has launched it into the fans. Let's try a demand more. And we've got ourselves a highlight. Ayrton with a throw. Bowl. Back to Ayrton. Cross comes in. It's claimed by the goalkeeper. Diaz, of course, not the greatest jumping reach in there. Ball goes forward. And somehow Celtic have managed to pick that up. And if this is a Route 1 goal, it's a good save from Bursic. But, yeah, signs are there this isn't working, and we do have the ability to change. Okay, so we're going to switch over to this formation. Bowl can go as a striker. Arvik and Irving can go as the Mazzellas. We might even switch those two around. And, yeah, just keep Diaz up there as an advanced forward, which is possibly, given that he doesn't have the jumping reach, his better position. We've got defending to do here, and is that a block? It was a block by Santos. There's just signs, isn't there? Celtic have been a little bit more threatening this second half. Another ball in. It's headed clear. Diaz would pick it up, but we won't know what happens because the highlight ends. And Ayrton has now picked up an injury. We do have a sub, so Murios can come on for him. We are running out of... Well, we're out of right back, so that's going to mean... well, either Murios, which gives us no option at left back in terms of a rotation option, or it's going to have to be Razayev playing right back for us. Luckily, the winter break is coming up. Hopefully, the Ayrton injury is not too serious. Bucchiano, forward for Toro. The centre-backs combining out wide for Muros. Now he needs to get out onto his left foot. He kind of does. Mashagi has it. Goes back to Bucchiano. And still we have possession. Arvik for Diaz. It's Diaz on side. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. I'm not sure he was. And it looks as though we're going to be heading into extra time here. This goes to extra time and penalties. This episode length could be ridiculous. We've got defending to do before that, though. Oh, and we've not done it. And in the 93rd minute, Celtic have the lead. And it's just not the best marking from a set piece, is it? There's a lot of players there. No one took the responsibility, and we have a kickoff highlight. Can we draw level? We've got about 90 seconds to do so. Mashagi gets it forward. It's not to anybody in particular. It's probably too late to do anything like this, but let's raise that tempo up. Yeah, it's all a bit late for this now, isn't it? Can Hansen get a tackle in? Oh, it's another good save from Bursic, but you imagine they're going to waste quite a bit of time from that corner. Bowl heads it clear. Diaz has it. We've got about 35 seconds. Can Diaz do something wonderful for us? No, it's tackled away. Quick throw, quick throw. Hansen, 15 seconds to play. Can we get something into the box? Can we produce something to keep this game alive? Diaz in a little bit of space. He crosses it in towards nobody. It's offside, is it? And we have lost the BetFred final to Celtic. 1-0, a stoppage time goal has broken our hearts. And after the highs of Real Sociedad, we come crashing back to earth. So that is a little bit disappointing. I always feel a little bbit silly now I'm sitting here in a suit watching Celtic collect the trophy. But, you know, what can you do? It felt a little bit like a game that they were just... I don't want to say the better team, but maybe just a little bit more up for. We didn't really create anything, did we? And that's always the disappointing side of a final if you don't do that. Does anyone know when this game's going to start? It's over. It can't be over, mate. My players haven't shown up yet. So there we go. We can see just late on, they ran away with the XG, and 93rd minute. It's difficult to say that it wasn't deserved. So there we go. Celtic lift the League Cup final. We've got that Ayrton's injury. Okay, well, that could have been a lot worse then. At least it's not salt in the wound. A little bit of money there. There's the review of the competition. Walker with the highest average match rating. It's obviously always disappointing to lose a final, but there you go. But I suppose the main objective was to stay in Europe. We've done that this episode, and I think what we might do is we'll come back midway through the January window. Midway through January window. We'll come back after the winter break. Let's come back for Hibs at home, who are 5th and no easy beats, and then Rangers away, which is obviously a big game in the league. If you have any thoughts on what we need to do in the January window, let me know. Just a little bit like just hang on to the players that we've got. We know we've got our Bulgarian winger coming in, but we'll have to loan him out to get him a work permit. Our Romanian midfielder will be coming in with a work permit, so that's going to strengthen us. And I'm thinking, in terms of sales, maybe Bruno. But I'll have to find out next time if I'm able to even do that. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're looking for something else to watch, well, I had a go at driving a Formula 1 car. Maybe you'd enjoy watching that. Take care.